Okay, let's get started. Welcome. Thank you so much for everyone that is here at our Go Virtual Career Pathways Conference. I'm Connie Campbell. I am a coordinator at the San Diego County Office of Education in Teacher Effectiveness and Preparation. And I'm your co-host, co-room host with my colleague, Pamela. What about you, Pam?
Sure. Hi. I'm Pamela Rabin. I am a project specialist with the Educational Technology Department at the County Office of Ed. So it's really nice to be here with everyone today. And we're looking forward to learning with you. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. So we ask you that you keep yourselves muted unless we invite you to unmute. It just keeps everyone hearing everything properly. If you find that you have some technology issues, turning off your video sometimes is helpful. And now I'd like to introduce the presenter. We are having a presentation by Leah Bratcher. She's a family and consumer sciences teacher in Huntington Beach, and she has done this for about 20 years. She loves learning about many different industries, but is currently teaching fiber arts design, fashion design, interior design, and graphic design. And before she engages you, I was going to invite you to take part in this poll to find out where your interests are. So take a look at the question and contribute, if you would, to which type of design interests you the most. Okay, so Leah, you can see where we're at here. It's kind of fun. Great. Yeah. So we have a few other housekeeping things at the end that we'll share with you, but we want to get started right away with Leah. So thanks, Leah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm pushing end poll so I can see you guys for a moment. So I'm assuming, which is always a bad thing, right? That you're all in California? No? Yeah? Okay. Well, I haven't met any of you, I don't think. I don't know if you have met me, and I don't remember, and I apologize if that's the case. I am in Huntington Beach, and I've been teaching fashion for a long time. It's the whole reason why I actually even became a teacher, and now I'm getting more and more into interior design. And so my next career, you know, when I grow up, right, will be probably interior design kind of stuff. But I make my I made some lessons for interior or fashion design. I have a couple hats. So myself, and I don't know if anybody knows Mindy Trisco, she's up north. We started a weekly, now we're doing bi-weekly Zoom calls with fashion and interior design teachers from around the United States. And we're sharing a Google Doc that gives you access to a bunch of lessons. And we've been so fortunate to have a lot of people donate lessons to it as well. So everything that I'm doing today is on that link. If you're interested in being on our Zoom call and getting, you know, some of this kind of information, you can email me. I'll go ahead and type my email here. It's easier if you email me, then I can directly link you to my my mail that I send to everybody. And if not, no big deal. We're just trying to share ideas and resources, especially since most of us are teaching online, right? How do we do this stuff? So I tried to come up with lessons that would incorporate some technology that not everybody uses, although you all may use these. And I love incorporating soft skills in everything that I teach. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that I can show you my lessons. They're also on the schedule thing. I think most of them, I think there's 2 or 3 that are missing, but we'll get those on there. And let's see. And I'm hoping we'll have enough time that I can have you help me do one of these so that we can all share a lesson together. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get to the right. I've got to move things around. This is what I do all day, right? Is move things around so I can see my screen so I can share it. The first one is my lesson. Okay, so this is kind of the lesson plan, kind of the agenda. I've added some things since, and I you know, the more I do this, the more I even think about different things. So I want to show something about fashion branding and fashion marketing. Branding is really important, but funny enough, it's not technically in our standards, you know, our state standards for family consumer science, which is so weird. Don't even start me on tech packs. Well, that's another day. But there's a lot of things in the fashion industry that we don't have resources for, we don't have assignments for, we don't have standards for, but they're important. And so I kind of listed the education standards from the California CTE, FCS kind of standards. And we're touching a little bit on all of these. I also incorporated the career ready practice standards that we all also, you know, incorporate, whether we spell it out as such or not. They're still really important. I put some links that are on the things that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to kind of do an assignment first on branding, then on marketing, and then I have one that I did late last evening about fashion marts and fashion markets. And I'm looking for some, you know, suggestions from you guys as well. So everything's a computer in the internet. I didn't get any crazy with anything else just because I was trying to stay with this. So the first one, branding. Uh-oh, it says something went wrong. Can you guys see branding? One person shaking her head. Okay.
Yeah, we
All
can.
right. Thank you. So what this is a Hyperdoc. Do any of you do Hyperdocs? Anybody's ever made a Hyperdoc? I can't see all of you, but one of you have. Okay, good, good. So Hyperdocs are super easy. I'm going to show you how to do them. You know, use a template, add some stuff into it. It's really fairly simple. So this is on branding, and I just want to introduce students to branding. So I'll kind of show you the whole format, right? A Hyperdoc is like kids click on something, it takes them somewhere, they turn something in, what have you. I don't know what you guys use at your schools, but I use a program called Canvas, and that's our grading system. That's how I put assignments on. And even as I'm teaching, I would probably show kids this way, but I would have them open it up in their Canvas. So however you want to present this. So branding is about your target market, right? And your brand, and how are you going to sell your brand. So I got a little basic information, and then I have some links that the students would click on and kind of read those. So however you want to break your kids out, if you want them in a breakout group, if you're doing Zoom, or however you would like to manage that, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is there's 3 articles. I might kind of break kids up and say, read the article, and then, you know, kind of talk about it. And you know, they're not going to read the whole thing, right? They're going to peruse, get what they want out of it. I'm not fooling myself. But after reading these articles, whoops, put a little space there. You should now know that why branding is important. We're kind of looking at branding, what brand is, and then I want them to do a little research thing on a brand of their choice. Some clothing brand that they like. Oakley, Vans, Hurley, Ruka. It doesn't matter what it is, or if it's, you know, high tech. It really doesn't matter. I just want them to kind of research a brand, look at the logo, look at the size of the logo. Something I didn't put on here, but something that would be interesting is to attach a page of different logos, or have the kids even look at their phone. Look at all the, let me try to get this, you know, look at all the different logos on your phone. What are the colors? How hard or easy are they to read? How do you know that automatically? How does a 2-year-old know McDonald's, but they don't know, you know, who the president of the United States is, or whatever, right? Like, it's something that they see all the time, they get familiar. So what do those logos mean? And then there's a YouTube video, and you watch the YouTube video. Shoot, right now I can't remember what that one was. Open up a Google Doc. I use Google Docs. However you do it, yours would make sense. And when you get this, you can do file and make a copy of it, and you can change whatever you want from there, right? If you want to change a few words, or how the kids submit things, make it work for you. So use a Google Doc, list the do's and the don'ts about what you need to know about starting a brand. It's a YouTube video about some guys. It's about 10 minutes, I think, which I know, again, students aren't going to watch the whole thing from beginning to end. They get kind of good at scouting out what they want from stuff. Open up a Google Doc and list do's and don'ts about what you need to know about starting your brand. And then I use Canva. It's an easy format. Do any of you use Canva by any chance? It's super easy, really fun. Use Canva, create a logo, create a hang tag, create your business card. And so you can click on this and automatically go to Canva. And it has everything at the beginning. I just want to make sure you can find all this super easy, and it always goes to my homepage. But when you go down here, here's like a tag that they can make, a hang tag, a logo, they can make a business card, they can do an animated social media, they can do presentations, they can do posts on Facebook. Not that they do. There's tons and tons and tons of things that they can do when they click on one of these. I always like resume, even, for example. I didn't have it do it on this one. They click on it, they choose, oh good, that's what I wanted right now. Oh great, it's the garbage truck, man. Sorry, my dogs do not like the mailman and the garbage truck guy. Forget about it. So there's different choices. They can change things over here. It's a super easy program. Okay, I'm going back to my branding, sorry. So I have them create a logo. Oh, I didn't put the link there. All of these, anywhere there's a line underneath it, I attach a link so they can look at it if they don't know what a hang tag should look like or what it should have. They click on that. Excuse me, guys. What to put on a business card. So when you click on business card, so sorry. Of course, right now is the whole dog barking situation. So I'm going to see if you guys are so sorry. Why an animated video is the best strategy for showing your brand. But all of this is about brand, right? And then, good, the truck's leaving soon. Excuse me, Jackson. Thank you. And at the end, summarizing what was learned. So they're learning, excuse me. Sheesh. You learn some basic parts about starting a business. Like my students always take my class and they want to be designers instantly, right? And they have no concept of like just those little things at the beginning. And then again, I'm talking about soft skills. Here's some soft skills, and I'd like them to know or explain to me how what they learned has to. Jackson! Good Lord. And then I have them take their Canva assignments, and I'll show you this one thing if it seems confusing, and put it all on one Google Doc, because then I can see one assignment instead of 1,000 different assignments. Excuse me, one moment. Hey,
This is what working from home looks like these days, doesn't it, guys? Dogs and our children.
I totally understand because I have dogs and children that do the same thing.
Yeah, we're all,
This is so embarrassing. Of all day, you know, all day they've been nice and quiet, and now the mailman and the trash man just came by. So okay, unmute. Now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Okay. Woo! Here we go again. So I like to have them put their Canva assignments all on one assignment to turn it in, so I can kind of see the progression of everything and put it all together and make sense of it. So after they make, whoops, wrong one. After they make something on Canva, I don't know that I have, oh, there's this download button. And they can download it, and I even have them go a little bit further so that I can open it up. Oh, it won't let me do it because I'm on here right now. Oh, and there's probably nothing on here. Let me just choose something. If I download this, I have them save it as either a PDF or a JPEG. That way, and I make sure I tell them that. That way I can open up their assignments and I can open it up and I can see it. If it's not a JPEG or a PDF, I can't open it on my computer. Okay, so branding, here's the assignment. But basically, a Hyperdoc is you insert stuff, they click on things, it keeps them a little bit more interactive. I could give them this handout in class and say, okay, research these things. So it's kind of the same way. It's just a little more interactive that they have to click on things, go to it, see it, and then fill something out. And for me in my classes and how I grade their work and all that stuff, I can put this on Canvas. They can do the assignment. I can walk them through it. I can show them on Zoom, and then they can answer everything and create an assignment to turn in. So the first one is branding. I'm going to go ahead and delete these. The second one, sorry, is fashion marketing. So fashion marketing, little bit different. And here's a couple stories. I want to say these both. Let me just click on one just slightly. Oh, it doesn't let me do it. Original story, today's version of the story. I talk about fashion marketing, and one that I really like, believe it or not, is Tom Miziaki, I think is how you pronounce his name. Blake Miziaki. He started the Tom's Shoe Company. He has a book. It's very interesting. If you haven't had a chance to read it, it's a fun little read. And I like to read about those kinds of people, just see what makes them tick, how they make it. So then I have them look at how do companies market their brand? How do people see, you guys are seeing the fashion marketing thing, right? I can't get to my screen right now to see that you guys can see what I'm seeing. I want to make sure.
We can see that, yes.
Okay, great, perfect, thank you. So I tell them about the story of the Tom shoe. Here's the original story. It's an older video. And then here's one that's current this year. Who knew? And evaluate, the second one is evaluate the concepts of the companies. So when you click on this, it takes you to 25 different companies and what their little special marketing thing is. And then I want them to use this Google Sheet, and I've attached it, and you can use this one, you can create your own. I started it this way, and I want to explain it to my students, right? Like they're all going to add to this. And if you don't use Google Docs, I'm not sure a better solution for this, but I'm going to go down to number 13 because that's the one that's about Tom's shoes. And his whole marketing ploy, if you will, is to buy a pair of shoes that are stupid expensive for a piece of cloth, and then somebody else gets a free pair of shoes. Well, there are some videos that you maybe don't realize that those people don't want the shoes. They take the shoes, they throw them away, you know what I mean? But everybody felt so good for so long for buying Tom's shoes at $60 a pop or more, right? And there's the videos on there that kind of show how it started at grassroots, and he got people to work for him on Craigslist. And then he got really, his company was worth like $625 million. And he barely gave out $10,000 worth of shoes or something like that. Kind of interesting. And so on each one of these pages, I want students to write the number on that link. Let me go back to it, sorry. Report out your findings. So there's 25 different companies. I did number 13. That's the one I present to the students. You can choose one that you want to present if there's one on there you like more. And then they each add to that PowerPoint, and they just give a few little keywords about what is their marketing, what's the name of the company, what's their marketing strategy, and something about how do they feel about it. Report out your findings, apply. With the company you created, with the branding assignment, and one of these marketing tactics, which one would you use? And then I want them to make a video about their marketing tactic. The kids love to do videos. If you've heard of this new program called TikTok, I'd like to TikTok it out the window, but they can use TikTok. They can use Adobe Spark. I think Canva has something they can make a video. I think some of their computers have a little thing they can make a video. You know, there's so many ways that they can do it. You just have to know, how can they make a video and turn it into you so you can see it? That's the key. If my kids use TikTok, I don't know how they send it to me to see because I don't have TikTok. So whatever works for you. And then pitch your marketing strategy to the class. So what I want them to do is create that TikTok thing, and then we watch it in class, and especially right now online. That way they don't have to be embarrassed. They don't have to, like, they're naturals in front of the computer when there's selfies, computers, videos, right? Like, that's what they know how to do. And that's easier for them to present that way than you say, here, you know, do this right now. Somebody's asked me, template attractive videos, where do you get the icons? Oh, okay. Good. Well, I'm going to get to that one in a minute, Connie. I'll talk about that one. And then soft skills, one more time. It's so easy to incorporate those because they don't really realize their daily actions and movements and thought processes and stuff, like how that is going to affect them with a job later on. The last one I did, and then we'll kind of try to see if we can make one together, is fashion marts and trade shows. So I talk about it because I'm close to LA. I don't know where you guys are at, right? But I'm close to LA and I've taken my kids up to the Mart. But not everybody's near a fashion mart or even a trade show. And there's so many fun ones. So again, this is a template. I'm going to show you this in a minute. What do you know about fashion marts? Kind of look at this. Here's fashion marts. I just gave them a list. So again, you can assign kids, you know, 3 kids to each one or 1 kid per thing, and have them look at the website. What's on there? What do they do? What is it big? Is it small? What do you think? Would you like to go there? Whatever you need to do, have the kids look at those, and then watch this video about the Dallas Market Center. Truthfully, Bible, I've never been there, didn't know it was so big. It is enormous. I would be it's like 2,000 stories tall. It's 50,000 million square feet. I'm exaggerating slightly, but it's huge. It's way bigger than our LA Mart. And then what do you think the shopping vibe is? And you can, again, have them do whatever. And then what about trade shows? Like, people don't know about trade shows. And in the fashion industry, magic, I mean, if you haven't heard about magic, you shouldn't be in the fashion industry. But this is what's super cool. And I don't know if any of you, I only discovered this a couple months ago. Watch this. So here's the name of a place. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to use this little insert link thing. Watch what happens. Hi, there it is. Bam. Apply. And now it's the link. This is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. I swear to goodness. Where has this been all my life? Why did they wait till we have a pandemic before I learned how to do this stuff? Like, did you guys know about this link? Am I the last to know? Am I the last one on the planet Earth that learned this fun little link? So I just want to do everything so I can link everything to everything because it's far too easy, too fun. Bam, right? Instead of going to the other one, I couldn't find this one, so I'm going to have to research that. Okay, so now they can look at trade shows, which are different than a mart, than an apparel mart. And then things to remember, you click on this, it takes you to some information. These are the things they talk about. So if you're teaching this and you don't know what are things to remember if you're going to the mart, prepare a sales presentation for your brand. Here's where I need you guys on the call today to help me. I kind of came up with something. How will you sell it? Make yours different from everybody else. So again, if they were to set up a booth at a trade fair, what are things they would do? Who would be their muse? What colors would they use? What do they think? And then maybe either write a speech to sell their product to the class or videotape themselves using Flipgrid. That's another great one. Adobe Spark. I don't know. What do you guys think? And you can type it in the chat or speak up. How would you like the kids to show what they would do? They draw something? Could they make a Pinterest board with how they would decorate. I'm looking for advice. I honestly don't know. I'm looking for anybody help me. Who hired me?
Yes.
Honestly.
Feel free to unmute for a moment if you'd like to toss something out.
Anybody have an idea? Help me? No? Okay, when you wake up at 3 in the morning, will you just please email me and tell me? You know you will, right? Isn't that when we think about it? I always think about it when I'm showering in the morning. Oh, don't forget this. And I get straight to school. And again, no clue what the hell. I was shampooed. I don't know. I have to shampoo my hair at school. Okay.
Amalia, did you have a thought?
They say research the colors that they're gonna market for to attract their whoever they're gonna cater to. So and then do their their table set up with what colors attract more. As you were speaking of McDonald's, why do kids, right? There's the strategy why McDonald's uses red and yellow to it. So
Yeah,
research colors to apply the skills.
that's cool. Yeah, at the very least. At the very least. I love that. Thank you. And then again, soft skills. What soft skills? Now, do you guys know how to do an exit ticket? Has anybody ever done one of those exit tickets? I'm looking, nobody's shaking their head. Yes, no, anybody? A couple of you. Can I just show you really quick an exit ticket for, what have you? And then I think I'm still doing good on my time. Let me go to here we go. So here's all the different files that will be on my thing today. They're also on my shared drive that if you want that, send me your email and I'll invite you to our Zoom call. But when you go to this, whoops, I got to move this. Scroll down. If you guys use Google Docs anyway, go to Forms. And on Forms, there's an exit ticket. So you can create an exit ticket. It's thinking here. And before you leave the class today, they have to put their name, their email, and then you can change this to be whatever you want it to be. What's one thing you learned in class today? Did you feel maybe I don't want this. Maybe I want it to say, what is the soft skill you want to work on most, right? And then they can answer it in paragraph, however you want it. And at the end, they can submit it. They send it and it will go to your email. And then when you check, you can click on responses up here. You can just go to this exact assignment under Forms and you can label your exit ticket marketing, right? So you can find it. And then you can go to responses and the kids they get this link. You can check their responses and easy enough. Yeah? Super easy. Okay, one last one, the exit marketing. Okay, so Hyperdocs. There is a Facebook page for Hyperdocs. There are some stuff on there, but not so much for family and consumer science. So you and I on the call today, need to kind of create these and send it so somebody can use these. I go to Find Templates. And I have one started because I have an idea and I just haven't had time to finish it. These are all templates and you can take a look at those at your leisure. But the one that I found, hold on, let me find it. Nobody panic, it's on here. I just have too many tabs open so I can't keep track of everything. Nobody panic, it's on here. There it is. Okay, so here's the thing. I put this on here, but, oops, something went wrong. It keeps saying reload. But you guys can see this, right?
We can see it.
Okay, that's weird. So I'm not able to, maybe I'll reload it, see if it comes back up. Okay, might work. Yes, see? So I can have that picture. I can delete the picture if I don't want it. And it had like a typewriter. And then I will go to insert image and I'll search the web. I like kind of seeing what I have and I'll just type in fashion and I liked that particular one and then I click on insert and it's there. It's gonna be big, little big for my presentation here. I'm gonna make that a lot smaller. Okay, so one thing that students don't always realize is that there's 3 areas of fashion: design, production, and merchandising. And there's a different skill set, there's a different day job, I mean, entirely different, right? So this is how this normally comes. This is like a Hyperdoc created by somebody else that I used as a template. This was one of the templates that I chose. I can click on anything and type intro to design. And I don't know if I want to make one of these and make one just for design and one just for production and one just for merchandising, which I'm kind of thinking I would do. And I wrote down a few things here. How to, let's see, areas of fashion, different jobs, skills needed, right? There's entirely different skill sets for all 3 of these things. And then I want to add my soft skills. And so I might do intro to design, like what is to design? And this gives you suggestions. Use YouTube. So I should probably, yeah, design. I have one of my favorite bloggers, if you will, or my favorite YouTube channels is Zoe Hong. I don't know if any of you know her, seen her, follow her. She can draw and draw so many things. And again, like graphic design, this is a fun thing to do. Graphic design is doing the technical flats or doing tech packs. She's got a bazillion ways to help you draw, help you think about your brand, Photoshop tutorial, fashion history. There's just a ton of things on here. I might put a link to her page, right? I might just take this URL, copy it, go back to, whatever page that was that I was on that I can't find right now, that I was here. There we go. And I would erase all of this and put that link. And I would say, research or watch one of Zoe Hong's videos on designing, right? And then I could even say, be prepared to discuss it in class, or, what did they like? What didn't they like? And so every one of these you can change. And if you want a different color, even, you can change the color. You can change the color. This is a little bit harder. Let me see if I can, nope. You can change the color of the whole thing. Whoops, it's not gonna let me on this one. You can change, anything on here. If you don't like, if you want this to be bolder, maybe not be so big, different color, the choices and options are limitless. But the best part about these is you can create them, and it's like a worksheet. And I don't like worksheets. I hate passing out worksheets. I never pass out worksheets. But while we're online, this is like a little bit easier, a better way for kids to engage in the assignments. And I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff. I'm getting a lesson. I'm getting soft skills. I'm having them turn something in a way that maybe might be interesting to them, like a video or any of those interactive things like on Canva, and whatever you're comfortable. If you use Adobe Spark, they can use that. Okay, so I'm going to stop for just a minute. I want to make sure I'm getting questions. If anybody has questions, may I look at these for a minute?
Someone had asked about where you actually get those Hyperdocs, but Pamela put the link in the chat. So
yeah,
therefore,
Hyperdocs.co, but Hyperdocs, and they do have. Let's see, I think it's on here. Oh, they have a whole bunch of stuff here, but I think they have, you can see their Facebook page. And so I belong to their Facebook page too, just because it's kind of interesting to see what people come up with here. They have a Facebook and a Twitter account. There's some sample lists that you look at. Here's samples. So it's kind of a fun thing, and you can at least get that basic, but you can make your own Hyperdoc. it's just a matter of kind of making boxes to make it look a little more fun versus, you know, a worksheet. And I don't know, somebody said visme.com. I haven't tried that one, so that would be interesting. The icons was just kind of, some of those, in fact, when I go to the templates, let me just show you. Some of these templates already have icons and stuff on them. I make it like, here's this. I put that branding one when I did branding, and there's nothing else on this one. If I want to try another one, and there's only like 8 or 10 different basic ones. You can take anything on here and change it. You can change the font, you can change the wording, you can change the pictures, and you add your own links to whatever. Yeah, makes a good elevator pitch. That's also a really good one. Jamboards, I've heard about that one. I haven't used it, but I know people do like it. Okay, so I think I answered those questions. Do you guys have any like literal, well, I'm gonna stop sharing for just a moment. Do you have any questions for me on any of that stuff? Did that help? Are those lessons you can use?
Gosh, they are so accessible and so very clear. Does anyone have any questions that they want to put in the chat, or feel free to unmute? We're kind of at that point where it's time for Q&A. And at the same time in the chat, you will find a survey for giving feedback for the session. And Pamela might put some notes in there for you.
Thank you. Clear and straightforward. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. And I love the dogs barking.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
I just put the link to the survey, and if you need a certificate, though, I'm also going to put that in next. And just while I was doing that, I was going to say on Facebook, there are also specific to family and consumer sciences Hyperdoc groups.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yeah.
So many groups right now have been newly created because teachers are teaching from a distance, you know.
Right. I'm also in charge of the Family Consumer Science Interior Design Facebook page. So if you have anything on that one too, I know there are some assignments on there as well. And I share some on my link that I give to people as well.
So I can hear people exiting the room, which is great, but please, before you do, take a look at the survey in the chat, as well as the certificate. If you need to show your attendance here, that's for you. You can just click that link and there it is. We thank you. We'll stay online for a few more minutes, but if you don't have any questions, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hop